Didn't forget this time. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is NutRaisin. We shall be playing more PLO 20 and PLO 25 on Run It Once and Natural Aid, respectively. Already sitting on two RIO tables, waiting for more to kick off. And we're sitting on a full set of 6 tables. Let's get something going. So far in the cash games, we don't know if we're breaking even in the cash games. Scratch that on the whole for the whole day. We're up a little bit, like a buy-in or so. The tournaments didn't go great. Well, we did make a deep run in one of them, finishing in 4th place. All the other ones we busted though, unfortunately, and the one we finished in 4th place was on the second barrel, so not part of the staking deal. However, I decided as a one-time deal to include in the paybacks or in the, I guess in the amount of money being paid back to backers, to investors, to include a second bullet result, just to give something back to all of you fine folks. As I wrote in the Discord, Chi-Ching! First one back into the channel. Good to see you back, Chi-Ching. Oh, here, see, check to us twice, huh? Alright. You know what, I'll check it. Good. Great ambience. Thank you, Chi-Ching. Alright, up here where we have all the aces apparently. You know what, I limped here. I mean, it's not horrible given the extra amount of money in the middle there. Not entirely sure I like it though. Of course, on this table we let it be, and here we can still call, that part is fine. You're still gonna put in work at home today, Chi-Ching? I thought you were too tired to do anything like that. Let me know how you, if you like the mix. I'm not sure, I don't, you know what, next time we talk I'm gonna ask you, I can ask you right now, what kind of music do you listen to, generally speaking? Although, truth be told, when people ask me, trance, or the music I mix comes in pretty late in my answer. Since I haven't listened to that music recreationally in quite a while. But still, the question stands. Closing the action here, that part is certainly fine. Can flop some stuff. This time around we do not, however. Yeah, but I definitely enjoyed mixing the latest set. It was a delightful travel back in time to the 90s. All of the tracks, I believe, were from the 90s. All trance and acid tracks from the, from that time period. So I had a blast. I'm surprised you're still doing some work at home today. But I guess time is a factor, since Halloween is rapidly approaching. Well, not that rapidly, actually. There's some time yet. Yeah, if I knew that this guy was crazy, I would probably let it go. I don't know he isn't. It's just that I don't know anything about him just yet. So flop a top pair and an open-ender and a diamond blocker. Okay. That's the part, huh? We have a pair, we have an open-ender, we have a blocker, the queen give us far from the nuts. I think we let it be. Let's call it. Having this guy behind isn't ideal. On the other hand, what kind of flops, once I'm calling this one pre-flop, am I hoping for? And this one is, while not high on the list, it at least makes that list. 9 rolling off, giving us 2 pair, not blocking anything of relevance at this point. He bets half pot, looks like value. So often is for this sizing. Don't block a queen, don't block a king, I'll let it be. Yeah. Ace 9 8 3. If it gets folded around to us, we'll play it. Otherwise, we drop it. Looks like it's the second scenario. Here we get to check with double suited jacks. Fine by me. So at this point, we're basically trying to get rid of some draws, but mostly queens and queens and aces. I think betting smaller than pot doesn't really help us. If we could check it, we do have some showdown value, but let's target the aforementioned hands. I'm not saying he had any, she had any of these, but we do take it down. Here we have a wrap with a spade. Wow, first of all, that's very nice, giving us the nuts. And not the nuts, but really close to the nuts here, where we raised a min raiser. Also would have called a 3-4 bet, whatever. Yeah, certainly gonna go. So there we take it down with the full house. And here we're gonna go for pot, happily calling it. We have the nuts. So good thing, I think we played this one well. He was ahead and free rolling us for the flush. Ah, we got this guy sitting here and another PLO 20 table on RIO kicking off. Alright, so we have to get rid of one table. I think I know which one too. Yeah, but what I was trying to say, this guy is a lot of fun. We made a lot of money from this gentleman. Actually, a whole bunch of PLO 20 tables on RIO now kicking off. In the meanwhile, we have the ace of we have a gutter. Let's just check for now. Oh man, there are some decent hands happening, but I don't have room on the table to show them. Room on the screen, I mean. Up here, we check once more. That's actually not bad. That certainly isn't. Sure thing. We also got this one. I think that one we take down. Here we're gonna bet now. We have this one going on where we get raised. It's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, but we don't draw out. No, not on that one. Or full buy-in, it looked like, right? Yeah. Here we get called. This guy has a 4. Wow. He shows up in the small blind versus 6-6-4 deuce. Jesus. Talk about pre-flop hand selection right there. So, need to ditch some tables. Just a moment while I put no tables on the screen and rearrange them. I should really invest in something like Table Tamer to do it for me. Maybe I will. So bringing us up to, well, still unchanged with 6 tables in total, but now 4 of them are on run at once, so I like it. Especially like one of them right now. I eat that one. Out of position, gonna size it up. Take it down. Okay. Nice hand up here as well. Double suited kings on the button. Double suited kings, flops also. Better to check it first. He checks now, I like seeing that. Up here, really have a deuce? No, we have a beat, that's what we got. Get one down here, now he leads. Now, with the flush draw and all the 8s, I do want to call. Any straightening card, a 7, a 4, a 9. We can start bluffing, and now let's go for value. With the queen high flush draw, third nuts. Excluding the straight flushes. I'll let you know how that ends. In the meanwhile, we turn quite nice. Look at a fold here and take the pot down. And take it down here as well. Could have been a spot for a small bet there, like a third. So we hit trips. Whoa, something's happening up here. Ace is against what? What now? Don't even know what kind of note to take here. We'll see if he comes back with money, and then I'll figure out what to write. Because that was wild, man. He had... Did he have anything? I think he didn't even have a gutter. Jesus. Nah, he left. So leaving us 3-handed on 2 of the RIO tables. Wouldn't mind gaining some additional players. Ace, Jack, 10, 10. Sounds pretty good. It's a toss-up between folding and calling a raise. I guess with the Jack, like make it suited to the ace, no-brainer call. This exact hand, I think we still call. On the button in position. And the Jack 10 combo being immensely valuable. The flushes backdoor straights, that's about the maximum I would end up calling here. What happens on a turn. Wouldn't be shocked if he checks. Wow. Nice. Quick fold too. So he's pretty low on chips. I figured if I get called, depending on like how quickly he calls and all that stuff, maybe I put in the last barrel on the river. And sizing like this, like barring an ace river or king river, maybe I can still pressure him out of the pot. That's nice. Speaking of putting pressure on, easy to do when you get dealt aces. Sometimes a call, but again against a short stack here, I don't mind pumping it up. And putting it in here. Sure, we got two pair. What do you got? You got the open ender, which makes it straight and stays good from the turn onwards. And this guy, wow. There be some fun players out there. That's not really the hand I was expecting to see. He's not with the dangler. I was asked earlier today if the tables on GG are that much better than on RIO, and while the tables on GG are good, the tables on RIO are by no means bad, as you can probably tell already with the few hands we've had on stream now. And it's been like that the last couple of weeks. That the PLO 20 tables were lively SF. Case in point again. And okay, here he had a pair, got a flush draw, backdoor flush draw. On the other end, a lot of money went in there, so I'm not sure what to think. Whoa! Sorry about that. What do we do down here? It is close, and I think this one actually can be squeezed. It is pretty close. That's such a nice thing about PLO. You can just say that all the time. Ah, you know what? That's pretty close. Because it is, usually. Got a nice escape hatch, that comment. Wow! Wonderful. That's just a huge result there. Decided to raise. And we flop two pair. Blocking draws. Having the spade is pretty important. Having the 9 is pretty important here. Makes for a good c-betting candidate in my mind. Can call a raise. Even sometimes come over the top of one. Ace high board is not a pretty sight when all you hold is kings. It changes things, giving us the blocker to the nuts. Cool. King Queen 10-10. Interesting question. Like, assume this guy folds, this guy opens. What do we do then? Could see it being a raise fold. Let's check it out. Now, as the situation is, we're just gonna let it be. Was it King Queen 10-10, huh? Offsuit versus a theoretical button open. I know it's a race against a single person here. I have honestly no clue if this should be squeezed. We'll check that out in a moment as well. First I wanna See what's up with the offsuit 10s. That theoretical scenario. What a flop. Noticing now. It's a call! The King Queen 10-10 rainbow would be a call there. Now that is surprising. Surprising to me at least. Wow. Jesus. We run kinda nice here as well. Here we are gonna bet this. Not the ideal river, but given the SPR, the money's gone in. Take it down, and now here we have a gutter to the straight flush, I assume. Do we? Yeah. I think we do. It's not ideal, but again, not as problematic as with other hole cards here, since we block him having a better hand quite massively. I'll let you know how that ends. Here we definitely call. Curious what's going on here. Selling us queens. We didn't get called there and took it down. No, he's selling us crap. And here money is gonna go in from our end. See a fold and catch up some pick up some nice pots here and there. What was the other one? Oh right, the 7s and 6s perfectly double suited. So the King Queen 10-10 offsuit, as I said, would be a call. Not in that spot, and I'm not sure if it should be a call multi-way. I actually doubt it. But if you're the small blind, the button opens, then you can just call, no need to raise. I would have overplayed that one by instinct, and now what was the spot there? I think we were on the button versus an early position opener and a lot of callers, something like that, position-wise. Checking for that spot. Yeah, still gets squeezed. Oh, so the double-suited 7s and 6s could have gotten squeezed there, which of course would have mattered us an even more massive pot, but that wasn't the point. Tasty Ace! Welcome back, mate. Dinner was okay, basic but okay. I had good German bread, which is always a plus in my book, and some canned fish, but good one, good stuff too. Every table is good if NutRaisin Saturday. Oh, Twitch is not showing the emotes, I just see blank spaces there. I'd say make it rain. Sluska back in the channel as well. Like to try RIO. Kleiner seems really nice, low rake, but they have no license for Sweden. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they could grow faster, but getting a license is no small feat administratively and financially. And for Sweden, I think the Splash the Pot thingy runs afoul with Swedish gaming laws. Now, don't quote me on any of that, but that's what I seem to remember. Watch what these peeps are up to. Richie Rob at the channel as well, and Don Korea! Yeah, I'll work my way down the chat. Good to see you back, Don Korea. Good to see you, Richie Rob. Let's give out a few shoutouts to good friend of the channel, Chi Ching and Richie Rob. If you're not, check out. If you're not following them, check out their channels, and you shall not regret it. Both are excellent streamers and good friends of the channel. So we're in a few spots here. Wow, super multi-way. Okay, let's just check. I think we still call. There's some boards we really like. That not being one of them. And the same is true for this turn. What's LDF? I was gonna ask. Thank you, Richie Rob, for saving me the trouble to ask that for LFG. Looking for game chat indeed. No, I know. It's the other meaning of LFG. Good to see you back, Richie. How did your streams go the last couple of days? Don Correa, good to see you back. Among some PLO friends, you got that right. The RIO completely dead these days. Let me check. 32 entries at PLO 50 currently, 20 at PLO 20, 6 at PLO 10, 5 at PLO 200. Game has been going on for the better part of this afternoon. And not much at no limit. So, I don't know, I don't think so. Matter of fact, they have the 70% Rakeback promotion on right now, which is enticing a lot of players to play, I would assume. You have a nice 3-betting hand over here, by the way. Here we did take it down, do not get caught. And I'd say that's one of the better flops for our hand. We have the top pair, we have a complete... We have a complete wrap, right? Oh, okay, the 9 doesn't give us a straight. But long story short, we're gonna keep betting here. On the rainbow board, we'll happily get it into if he wants to. Turns out he don't. Middle pair and double gutter. Oh, that's the crazy dude, huh? Alright, alright. Keep it on the down low against him. I'm not folding the river against this guy. Snap call. If you're behind anything, then so be it. Let's destroy fools. Oh, that's nicer than the Mr. T version, which would be let's destroy some fools. That wasn't nowhere close to the Mr. T voice, but then again, I don't even know what he sounds like in English. The A-Team was something I consumed in German back then. And boy, did I just. Oh, I didn't hit enter onto Richie Rob shoutout. Teaching, my pleasure as always. And there you go, Richie Rob. Teaching streams no limit tournaments. So does Richie Rob. Richie Rob streams them without a delay. And both are very, very nice people. And are great streamers too, even more importantly. As far as you watching are concerned. With the dangler, I think it's still fine enough. I do want to get involved with this guy quite a bit. This doesn't strike me as entirely unreasonable. Of course we have to give up on a fair share of boards. Like this one. Here, closing the action for what is quickly growing in size. What is quickly growing to be a decent pot, and boy do we flop well. Actually, I think we potted here. Like this guy, he's not gonna call, he's either gonna fold or let it go. And that has to weigh on Aaron's minds. If we're behind kings, then so be it. That's a risk I'm willing to take. Let's draw to that one out then. And we very well might be. No, but we get turned into oblivion there. By the aces with the flush draw. Nasty, nasty little hobbitses. I guess in position we just call. Alternative would be to go for the raise fold. LDF is such an advanced game strategy that I can't share it with any of you guys. I see how it is, Richie Rob, I see. I mean, of course I heard about LDF as well, and you're right, it can't be shared. Phew, I think I saw that. If only I stopped all my stories one sentence earlier. Then I'd be golden. So... So my default would be to fold here pretty much always. This time around, let's not. Now it gets less interesting though, now that the flush turns. I think without the flush turning we might have seen a lot of checks. Turns out we still do see a check. Okay. Comes in for the pot size bet now, really? Not gonna call, the only options would be to fold or to come out the top heavily. The latter I might actually do with a spade here, not necessarily the blocker, just any spade, because it's a weird line. What makes it weird is going for the pot now, at least slightly strange. Yes, it could be a small flush, but... I don't know, I got nothing. Here I got kings. Bad ones, but kings. So the person that made bank here when they turned aces left the table immediately. Yeah, can't fault him for that. Done my fair share of red holding in the past. Four? Oh, and blue shirt Lamar is back now. That's the question, is this the guy that was sitting over here earlier? If so, then he is super crazy post-flop. Based on a sample size of 1, we've seen him play one hand completely oblivious to either his whole cards or the community cards in the middle. No joy here. Down here is King 9 deuce. That'll work. Pretty decent flop for a ragged hand. We'll tank there for a moment. What to do? What to do? Oh, the humanity. I don't know, man. Tough to get more money out of him. Like, what draws am I... What do I show up with here that's not a queen? Or not a full house? Not a queen at the very least. Who's this crazy guy winning tournaments with no delay? That be Richie Robb! Employing the much sought after LDF method. Who that guy indeed? I think it must be you, Richie. With the 3 and the deuce, it looks nice, but it's a pretty crappy hand. And a lot of the hands that have a 3 and a deuce in them. Some of them do get played by solvers and stuff, but especially on the micros, if you just let them go, you're not making a mistake. Leaving a lot of, you have a lot of heartache. And compounding that is the fact that here both high cards were of the same suit. Hey, the blue shirt is involved. Block anything? Nope. Just on principle alone, I would love to see him getting called. Just so we could see what he shows up with. So 6, 4, 3, one gap in the middle. Give it a shot. I knew for a fact that the button would be very aggressive. Maybe I'd just pitch it. Well, not many exciting things are gonna happen here. Good. That was exciting. Not even kidding. Seeing an open fold in a small blind is quite nice in my book. Wow. Speaking of things and them being nice. Giving us the top set with both backdoor flushes. Oh well. Might have again been a fine one to check. With our exact hand, we were blocking future straights a little bit, holding the 6, had both backdoor flushes. It really aren't many turns where we go like, ah, screw this, we should have bet. Wow. Do you have a sound study plan for the coming days, weeks, and months in terms of PLO? It is a good question, I agree, and so. As in, I know a lot of things I need to look into. Bet sizing, and especially my 3 and 4 betting ranges pre-flop, there are some spots where I'm missing value and or just flat out misplaying my hand by not being aggressive enough with them. So yes and no, I don't have a flashed out start plan. But I am aware of a bunch of things that I consider being holds in my game that I want to look into. First of all, on the top of my agenda is to actually do study. I've been horribly about that last month, plural, to be honest. So yeah, that's something I definitely want to look into. So here's interesting, we have the 5, we have the 10, I think we're gonna go for the value bet. Size it down so we can get called by the 9-8 or something of that nature. Yeah, looking into things that I can perceive as holds in my game is quite at the top of the list. Looking into tournament stuff, so now that I'm playing more tournaments. I know there's a nice tournament course in the Mastermind, which I haven't checked out yet at all. So that's something I'm gonna do. Yeah, but first and foremost, just actually studying is gonna do me a lot of good. 4 ways with a 5-high flush draw. Board isn't terrible per se for our hand, just the fact that we are 4 ways here. Next is a check. And a check fold down the road. Against this guy, I definitely don't want to raise it up. Now, this is going to be a pot size. And if he comes over the top, can he reopen? Hang on, that's 5. Can't be bothered doing math, so I'll make sure and size down a little bit. So in case he comes over the top, we can still do so again. That's a wonderful, wonderful turn. Very nice. So far, I like it. Continue to like it. In position, we're gonna call the 3-bet here, even though we're not closing the action. It's really rare that this guy now comes over the top. screw us, now what? Okay, there's too much money in there. We can fold certain flops, but I do want to see a flop here. Against the 3-4 betting range, it's not like we're doing horribly. There are a bunch of flops we like. This, unfortunately, not being one of them. Backdoor flush draw and the gutter is again a good moment to say to use the it's close, but it's probably not close enough. Especially as, yeah, we don't have a pair. Need to run a runner stuff or hit the gutter. And don't block spades, so grudgingly I have to let it be. But it's not a bad call per se, I believe, since like he is basically saying he has aces, sometimes very good kings, and that's pretty much it with whatever side cards. And pre-flop, we're not doing bad against a range like that at all. The thing is suited rundown. Especially a medium strength rundown would be different with like a queen high, king high, jack high rundown. I think we'll just get it in. This, for example, being one of the spots I definitely want to look into. So our flush draws are live. No surprise that he has aces here, not much. I clicked too late, huh? I've run it multiple times. Oh, he does have a flush draw here, which is nasty. Definitely. Oh, and that's a nasty river. We need an 8 and an 8 only. Nasty turn, I mean. Good for him. So against a bunch of players, I would fold this or call this. Him having him marked in blue, as in very active guy. Let me make a mistake there. A list or graph type of person. That gets really confusing in PLO. I have the mastermind Excel files with all the ranges, but that's just way too much info crammed into a format like that for PLO. So I prefer things like the PLO matrix, which has much nicer visuals. He is a visual learner. And the mastermind, having videos and somebody explaining things to me, it works wonders for me. But you have to study in a way that helps you, and if that's good for you, then that's perfect. You know what kind of study type you are. Or learning type, I guess. So, easy 3-bet here with a very nice single suited aces. Be awesome if Nicholas pulls the trigger. Over here, 3 ways. Just gonna check behind. No trigger pulling involved. Here we see a king pair. Gonna let it go. Whoa. My note says stabby in 3-bet pots. Well, I think this is a valuable note to have. We still have to let it go on this board. Give us, you know, an overpair to the 8s. We continue, probably even get it in against him based on that note. But with the underpairs and the gutter, ugh. Let's go for the squeeze. A little bit torn. We do if this guy comes over the top, seeing that he's not full stacked. Give him a full stack, we just fold it. Him being a bit short. It's cards, good. Ugh. Having that 5 is nice, but there are way too many people here in order to continue. Now if everybody else folds, we're gonna call. It's Jim alone, yeah. And there you have it. These are the kind of hands people show up with in that spot. They decide to open when there's a splash. The 5-3-3 deuce or whatever that was. Yeah, videos work awesome for me. At least if they're explaining their thought process and their reasoning as well, which JNet definitely does. Woot! Excelsior Rusher! Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Good to see you back in the channel. Nice to see you back, Excelsior. It's not a nice turn. We lost the blue shirt, the call happy guy to our left. It's a pity. Got aces up here. Alright. Thank you very much, Excelsior. Are we sharing any tables? Just have that king. Fair enough. Get aces again. Table down to heads up. This guy's sitting out. Let's not. I'm gonna check here, because I really don't know what would call us that we beat. Like, sure, a verse jack. Actually, a verse jack would be a good argument there, yeah. Damn it. Duh. Curious to see what this guy has. Hey, good for us. Good on us for not betting. Blind versus blind is gonna be a race. Against this guy I'm not folding two. Not a bet. Too bad. 965. Here we take it down. All right. Interesting turn. Now, given the fact that we check the flop, if they both check here now, I don't think we get entrapped. King Jack is the only thing that causes it, beats us, that is out there a lot now. I would think, maybe I'm overthinking it. In a spot where a 3-bet from the small blind, which is right and proper, we flop alright. Gonna get the money in here if care to. Looks like they do. And I think we're up against a better straight a lot, or often enough, that I want to bluff here. I do have showdown value, sure. Oh. Oh, you get it like, wait, we split it up, okay. And here the bluff works. And on table 1 we did split it. So what did this guy call with? What happened there? A pair and a flush draw. Alright. Pair and a nut flush draw. Guess can't argue with that too much. So, sitting on 6 tables, 3 equally divided between RIO and natural 8. I guess it wouldn't be completely ludicrous to c-bet. I think that I would c-bet with aces here, which is what makes up a large part of my 3-betting range. So if he checks, I think we're gonna bet a lot of turns. Because why not? It's probably not a bad one. A bad one, I mean. I think it's a bad one. Bet here. I think we're going for broke here. Which we very well might. Hoping he has a deuce. And of course being able to fold a deuce. Too bad. Called the turn pretty quickly. That's usually... It turns out to be a semi-reliable sign when it comes to the likelihood, wow, of me getting called on the river. This guy's taking it down with the 8-6-5-4. In chat, equity-wise, was ahead pre-flop of the aces. Since both of them had aces. As much as I would love to keep watching this, we got a few spots ourselves. Here we return the nuts. And here we have a pair and a nut flush draw, certainly not folding. Well, let's do watch the conclusion. Pair of queens, alright. So, down here the board pairs, still gonna be, well, we have three ways. Let's still go for the bet fold. Here we make the nuts. I like it. Take it down with the straight on the 7 pairing river. Here we get called. Gonna go for it. Nice, we get that call. Shazam, $76 pot there. That's quite nice. I think we'll let it be. Der Alte, good to see you back. Hope you had a good dinner. Welcome back, Der Alte. That has the makings of a beautiful spot as well, where we have the double suited aces and get 3-bet by the guy who 3-bet us earlier. We dusted off most of a buy-in too. Maybe that's paying dividends now. Oh, we have more flush draws than you. Ooh. Come on, we have all the draws. How can we miss? How can you? Oh man. Oh, that was brutal. Ah, the humanity. Jesus Christ. Oh well. So it goes. Okay, after the wide array of noises, let's move on. Jesus, 2 more aces. Here and over here. Not funny, dealer. Not funny. For pot, I need to let it be. A little more enjoyable is raising this from first position and seeing a flop like that. With these aces, we're going to go into bluffing mode now. Wait, really? Okay. The bluff took it down. That's excellent. Now, it would be nasty if he has the Uber nuts now. I think we take it down. So we do. More aces, huh? Let's fail again. More aces, really. Maybe third time is the charm. It's the call. Not bad necessarily. one thing to consider is that this guy is a little bit short. Making our ace of clubs a little bit less valuable. To take it down. Erland with some encouraging words. Thank you for that. Over here, if it gets folded around, looks like a playable hand. Oh man, really? Against a shorty? Let's raise... nah, let's just let it go. Let's just let it go. No! Destroyed indeed. Yeah, good thing it was only for a buy-in. Can you imagine that happening super deep? Cool, calm, and collected. Just like Chi-Ching. Not tilt. That needs to be an emote. Welcome back, online meat market. Never fails to make me smile, that name. Oh wow, nice turn. I hope. Give us a pair, the open-ender, backdoor, flush, draw, singular, yeah. The weasel tilt emote ain't bad either. So here we get raised. Curious. Alright. I like it. Hopefully. Oh man, really? For the part, this guy. Get back to that. First here we bet, I'll let you know how that goes. Here we 3-bet and get bet again. We're certainly calling. And... I don't know if we got called on table 1, I need to check. Ah, yes we did. Ah, this is brutal. And the flush draw. Gonna have to let this go. They're really not doing great against aces. Here we called the flop after I kinda ran out of time. How much is in there? 45, 15. This guy, yeah. That's exactly why I folded. This guy shows up with a set way too often here. I'm not kidding either. That's exactly what... That's exactly the reason why I didn't call. Having him marked in yellow was of immense help in that regard, as in tight ass. Or tight arse, if you're from Great Britain. So we sort of lost the minimum in all of these spots. Down here against the set, him betting full pot on the flop should have given me pause. Not sure what to think about the flop call. Certainly like the rest, how we played the rest of the hand. And the same is true up there. That's the pair and the nut flush draw. It was a little bit too deep. Had he had exactly one buy-in, exactly 100 BB at the start of the hand, would have been a different story. Seems like an excellent opportunity to go for the small sizing. Right on. Hey now, how about that turn? And how about that flop? Took it down with the straight on table 6. Oh. Six, nope. Well, on natural 8 we're actually up for the session. On run and once we're down. On the whole, I don't really know. We're close to breaking even, just under maybe. Right. Let's call that acceptable. Wow, speaking of acceptable. Alright, we took it down on table 1 as well. Take it down as well. Or tight as fuck if you're North American, yeah, because they don't mince words. That is true. Wait, I don't know what we might have been watching that one. Need to switch away from whatever was on screen. No reason to right now. Since nothing ain't happening, but in great amounts. Over here, probably the king high suit, and yeah. Let's check this one out for future reference. Well, having all the deuces must be good for something here, right? Cool. Turns out it is. King, queen, deuce, deuce. Let's check out what the solver approach would be. Here we are calling. No, does not get called. B flop. Hey, we're really good at turning nut flushes today, aren't we? If you can entice him to stick around. Pair board, don't pair board. The eternal mantra of the PLO player that turns a flush. Actually got a call here because he checked the flop. Turn it into a bluff, maybe. I'll let you know how that goes. Oh, never mind. That's how that goes. Here, we get to put in the short stack with the current nuts. Little in the way of redraws. I don't think I see a hard draw there. No, I see a top set though. Yeah, sure, let's run it twice. He had to be destroyed. Did I speak too soon? Mm-hmm. Nah. Mean my big mouth. Wait, what's happening? What's happening is that we're gonna fold. Same is gonna be true over here. Down here, it's gonna be a call unless something crazy happens. Alright. We've been very likely not getting it down to heads up. In fact, I'd bet money on it. But I feel I still want to. It's kind of a nice hand. We do like a lot of flops, not necessarily this one. I mean, just completing calling is fine. Certainly fine. Phew! I really couldn't tell you. In MP here. What's the table like? Tight passive, tight aggro, tight aggro. Okay, never mind, that solves that. Let's actually check it out for both. Check it out if we should be calling here, maybe. And if you should be raising if it gets folded around to us. We are in MP, right? We had the perfect 9 high rundown suited to the 8. So not ideally, not perfectly single suited. Is it an open? Would be the first question. No. And then it's not going to be a call either. That answers both questions swiftly there. This is okay. Down here with aces. Alright, let's check it. Small pot. Up here, no joy. Fat chance of this guy not c-betting. And us not folding. Yeah, okay. I would have been perplexed had he checked. And I let it be. Fair enough, fair enough. There was suited kings here against a short stack. He does have enough, right? It's kind of risky. Because what? What just happened? What the deuce? I was gonna say it's kind of risky. The plan was obviously to have him come over the top, him calling, him reopening the action, and us coming over the top again. Not normally something I do with this hand, but I was willing to do it because I think we do get a lot of folds from this guy then. That was weird. The short stack folding to the min rate. What the hell? Now I've seen it all. Yes, it was the nut flush draw fold. Maybe a call on RIO. I don't know. I think you're right on the money there. That's pretty a marginal spot one way or the other. You're right. Calling is not a deal breaker there. For this price, we're not quite well. We're almost getting the price to draw to full house, and that is interesting. We're gonna go for a slightly creative line here. Of course, if he has ace-jack, he is gonna be hard-pressed to let it go. Ace-jack with hearts. Oh, nice! Because it fit the whole pre-flop story there with trying to induce him to come over the top, and that whole thing that I was hesitantly planning there. I think that was fun. A fun little spot. And he knew it too. He knew he was beat by the ace. Turns out he wasn't, but that's, you know, we don't have to tell him. That's good. Probably rather raise this up than play this one out of position 3 ways. And this guy's 3-betting range is very, very aces heavy. Or 4-betting, whatever the count would be now. So I'm gonna call here. Hope for a decent flop. That's not it. Not gonna turn this into a bluff. Not against this guy. Yeah, it's a good point, Darknecker. I agree. That maybe on RIO it can be a call. And that it's such a narrow spot that Rake plays a deciding, or plays a big role there. Gets a shorty. Put some more money in then. So far so good. The gentleman wants to run it once, and that is an excellent flop for us. Gives him a little bit more life. 12.5%. That's not it though. Cheers. You know what, I'm kind of torn on what to do here. In the end, having the jack and the 6 kind of wins out. Alright. He's not calling as quickly this time. I suspect we're slightly ahead now. Yeah, make any of these components a little bit different, like take away the jack or the 6, both of these blocking like wraps or straight draws he's showing up with a little bit. I, on the whole, think I would have checked without a, what was it, club? With the club I see that they're all day long with the top pair. This will be a raise fold. Please don't make it a raise fold, sir. Wonderful. And here we can get away with a small one as well, I believe. So if we bet 490 now, that's gonna be another 10 in the middle, make it 16. A little bit smaller. Cool. Pair both backdoor flushes. Really shouldn't be his board as the small blind. Well, you know, it's blind versus blind. I'll take it back. It is sometimes. But we don't have any hearts, so I'm gonna pot it here now. This plate. I don't think it's a horrible line to take. Oh, that was fun. Bajin, sure. I'll show the lobby. Give me a moment. Here you see the... Wait, here you see the... PLO lobby. 33 entries, PLO 50. 16 at PLO 200, wow. 19 at PLO 20 and 3 at PLO 10. And no limit hold'em. Well, you got a one table going at NL4, 10 and 20. Yeah. And there you go, there you have it. Fresh from the source. 16 entries at PLO 200, Jesus. I've been noticing that a lot since the last time Phil Gaffin streams that I want to say reliably, but there have been a surprising amount of PLO 200 games happening. G-Rob, nice hold, thank you. Which one was that? Damn it, I don't recall which one. I'll happily take the comment though. Here's Richie. The Alter, we have a special one for Richie Rob as well, although it's appreciated that you're modding it up so nicely, as you always do when you're here, man. Thank you for that. Closing reaction. $2 extra in the middle, and we flop. Meh. Over here, we flop a little bit more interesting. Pair and a gutter. And this guy bets, even though there's a lot of money extra here. I mean, there is a lot of money extra in there. Wait, what do we know about this guy? Do we know anything? Fluffy Post as 3-better. Alright. In that case. Don't bet again, don't bet again, don't bet again, don't bet again. He bets, he scores. Looks like a pair of jacks I call down. Yeah, based on the note. Interesting one here. This guy min-raised, which I generally despise. So I came over the top. And given the SBR is less than 3, and there's a 93% VPIP, gentlemen. I'll do it like that. Successfully, it turns out. Now, even though it's very enticing, the whole bet sizing thing here. Our two pair are not very often good. We're gonna have to let it be. It's a pity, man. It's a pity. Alright. In the meanwhile, sorry, down here we blind versus blind. I came over the top. Seeing that he's short, we can call. Get back to that in a moment. Yeah, we need to let it go with the aces. Well, actually, yeah, no, we do. Run it twice here. Are we running it twice? I don't know. Maybe I was too slow. Or maybe he just flat out declined. Looks like we were running it once. Actually, some action going on too. Yeah! There really is. Bet the flop, check the turn. I think it's alright. What Nightbot says. Richie Rob, you have to head off in a bit. Oh, no worries, no worries. You doing something fun? Hi, Simon. Good to see you. Cheers, welcome back, mate. From what I've heard, Sweden is pretty high, if not at the top of the list of countries they want to get a license in. But I think the whole Splash the Pot thingy is throwing a considerable wrench into their plans, as in it runs afoul with Swedish gambling regulations. And a blind versus blind spot. This one will be a check fold. Although, yeah, you know, I'm just seeing that he's that short, but still, it doesn't change much. Just let it be. Cool. Okay, well, we just had the kings on. And speaking of kings, for kings, these look above average. Where are so many short stackers on this table? Initial razor folds, that's nice. And we flop amazing. Well, flop great. I'll reserve amazing for one where there are not two clubs on the board. SPR, SPR is 2 basically. We take it down with the top set. Holding that 9. It's close-ish, but I think we just pot it. Phew. Icy1, you're finally starting full-time with poker, Omaha Cash, and Notable Hold'em, MTT, sit and geese. And MTT is awesome. What do you mean full-time? Streaming or playing? You are playing full-time now. I'm curious. Mixing Omaha Cash and No Limit Hold'em, alright. Right on, man, right on. Let me know, is it playing full-time, as in gonna be your only sort of income, or streaming full-time? Actually, you can just check out your nick, see if stream yourself. Oh, giving us 2 pair. Oh, looks like Twitch isn't... Oh no, never mind. Now I gotcha. Over here, blind versus blind. That's a pretty sweet board. Giving us, all in all, you know, giving us 2 pair. And down here against the shorty. The 10-6 took it down. Alright. Can you beat that? Yeah, turns out he can easily. Excuse me for asking, sir. So what stakes are you gonna play, IC1, and what sides? I'm always curious. Just gonna check once more. Don't take it down in the end. I have 2 pair here and the king of clubs 4 ways. Alright. Wrong pair. Kinda afraid to be exploited. Yeah, okay. That makes that's a reasonable fear to have, I feel. As in, not unreasonable to be worried about that. %VPIP dude, huh? Was able to fold earlier. See where this goes then. Gonna check. And lose it a lot against the Queen 8. Or something like that. Really? So on the flop he had the gutter. He called on the flop, mind you. He bet on the flop and I raised him. I raised him small, probably too small. But hindsight is 20/20. So from the sounds of it, IC1, it sounds like you are going to be playing full-time, as in for your main source of income. Well, I don't want to wish you good luck. I wish you good luck and that you run pure, especially the beginning. Just huge for morale and the bankroll, not to mention the bankroll. And I'll be curious to hear about your progress. Playing for a living, full-time job. Yeah, and what stakes? I'm curious as well. Awesome. Awesome, man. Have you played full-time before? Or is it the first time you're pulling the trigger? Oof. So not exciting, the flop. Over here we do get raised actually, wow. Okay. Yeah, seeing that we're really deep, these are not the kind of aces I want to raise from the small blind, I feel. At least I don't have to. Doing so is not the end of the world. What a suck out turn, but in the end he takes it down. Nice job. that's it for that table. Down to 300 over here as well. Oh, still haven't nailed the positioning, huh? Ah, there you go. That'll be good enough. Cool. 9 versus blind is 10-9 deuce. Yeah, it's probably a little bit too needy to throw this one away, right? Fair enough. Then I understand, my friend. And he didn't have any clubs either, so he could have well put me on a misdraw. Gonna call here with the wrap. We do have a diamond blocker as well, the Queen of Diamonds. How did your session go? Nice to see you here, Queen of Diamonds. Thank you very much for the raid. And welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is NutRaisin. I play PLO, as you can see. And I... Dude, damn it. I made a fault that I shouldn't have made on another table. And I do it full time. I stream pretty much every day. And am here on Twitch and on the at the PLO 20 tables a lot. And for those of you watching that did not come over with the Queen of Diamonds raids, Queen of Diamonds is a fellow RIO streamerina, streamer, and does a very nice job on her channel. A very positive person. I like her for that alone, but she also plays a good game of poker and plays Microstakes No Limit, a 2-card form of PLO, and does so in an entertaining manner. Check her out. Speaking of checking things out... Oh, you know what? Yeah. Fine. Take it down on the aces without full house. He now bets. Confused to why. Kings or something? Yeah, okay. That at least makes sense. Right. Having the nuts here makes a lot of sense to me as well. And before we continue with that, well, we don't, because we take it down. We have the aces with the flush draw here. See how that goes. So, shout out to the Queen of Diamonds. And give her a follow, guys. Now, it's kind of nice that we block things like King 9. And still have the flush draw. So if we could raise to this point... Ugh. What a nasty river, but... I don't see us folding here. There's too much money in the middle. And checking allows him to bluff. Wonderful. Doesn't go for the bluff, and that is just as well. Take it down without any hassle. Nice. Yeah, and I wouldn't have folded there. The pot was too large at that point. Look here. Go for the raise fold. That's exactly the type of raise fold I meant. I'm gonna check this time around. I tend to see bet on boards like this quite a lot. Let's not make a absolute habit out of it. Jack giving us a top pair with the top kicker and other. Alright, if you call, I'll just let it go. Stuff my face with poutine in a very unladylike fashion and do absolutely nothing other than watching this stream and Netflix once this is over. Teaching, you're too nice. But by all means, watch. Oh wow, what a run out for this guy. Watch Netflix right away. You deserve a day off from streaming and or watching streams, Chiching. Not that I don't like having you here. In fact, I cherish it a lot. But I know you had a tough day. Go watch some Netflix. Would be my unbiased advice. Because I don't know, this might go on for another hour or two. So it's not the first time we played for a living. Played in 2013-14. Had a toxic environment, a lot of disbelief from others, no respect. Yeah, that's something you just have to make your peace with. Yeah, no, if it gets too much, then I understand. Getting beyond annoying. But it's tough to sell quote-unquote normal people on the idea of playing poker for a living. But let me read the rest of your comment. And let me squeeze the aces over here. And lack of discipline, okay, didn't treat it as a job, not that seriously. Hey, micro mids online, setting these MTTs in my capital city, PLO 200. Just drink a lot and like to play like it's PLO 2, nice. Swingy as hell probably, but nice, those are good starting points for any PLO game. Over here against this guy, easy let go. And here I'd say easy c-bet. Mostly for the 70-year-olds, but very loose passive players. Some younger guys to play loose aggressive. Awesome. Sounds wonderful. Best of luck. I see one. Keep us updated on your exploits, on your progress. Sounds amazing. Hey, speaking of things and them sounding kind of nice. Where this is going? I opened, got 3-bet, I called. Fine. Down here. Yeah, aces yet again. Yeah, betting now. Take it down with the aces on table 5. Take it down right there. So losing a bit on run at once today. Winning a bit on natural 8. Yeah, on run at once we're down 5 binds for the day. Currently. Oh, I'm in position. I could have sized down. Although... Okay. $60, $65. 10. We're not quite breaking even, but we're not deep in the red. We're like 1-2 buy-ins down after all is said and done. Can deal with that. And it ain't over just yet. 10. You're playing some PLO 10, awesome, but down 2 buy-ins, not so awesome. Hope you get it back. I mean, 2 buy-ins at PLO, as you well know, is not a lot. But to have 20 euros or not, or $20 is certainly not absolutely nothing. So fingers crossed you turn it around there, Alter. Real-life emotions are much more precious and enjoyable than any pre-recorded movies. I have nothing to add there. That is wonderfully said. Interesting one. Down here, no joy. Button does like this board quite a bit. Down here, everybody keeps checking. We will not be taking this one down. I'm pretty certain of that. We do take it down here with the flush. Do not get called. He bets and takes it down with the bottom 2 pair on that board. Nicely done, sir. It's a nice splash, but it's not. It ain't for us. Down here. Yeah, not quite a squeeze if it's single suited. Over here we have an open ender, and now at this point also have the nut flush draw. Hit a queen pairs. I'm gonna bet that as a pure bluff. And a called here, which I believe is definitely okay, but no joy in the end. And we take it down with the bluff. Wonderful. And let it go here naturally. Also, I'm incredibly picky movie-wise, so this is a zillion times better. Fair enough again, yeah. Also, that's quite a compliment. Thank you. Down to heads up. Right, Isobon, join our Discord, and that way we can have an easier time keeping up with your adventures. Didn't see that at first, that chat line. But I wholeheartedly agree with the Alter. Yeah, I made a mistake. I have no business calling here, especially once the yellow tech leads out a board like this. I'm folding any turn, basically, except for an ace. Do gain some showline value, but not enough. How the heck did you call the turn? Give him a call happy shirt. This guy now checks, what the hell? Range line. Tapping with quads, or what's going on? Like 50 cent is the most I call here, basically, against him. VPIP of 0 currently. Oh well. That'll take a while, it looks like. Yeah, that's 160. Thank you, no. It's... I don't know. We're in position, so... You know what? I do know. I think even double suited it's a fold. Let me double check, but... I remembered a little bit too late. Maybe flop kind of okay, but still. So it is small blind versus effectively MP with one guy missing. Actually, sorry, button versus MP. My bad. Yeah, but I think we can't have a dangler there in a spot like this. Shows you what I know. It's perfect. Calling is absolutely perfect there. Probably was thinking of the single suited ones then. Yeah, okay, those need to be really tightly connected. All the 4 cards, that is. Nope. Hey, that's kind of neat. And we take it down. Over here, fine open. Turn is pretty cool, actually. Alright. We take it down once more. Good stuff. The S773 hand flush draw maybe. Oh, the other guy. Yeah, that would make sense, I guess. If I'm thinking of the right hand, but I'm entirely sure. Would make sense if it's the one I'm thinking about. Nope. Let's see. Is that on RIO? 773. It's not on RIO, it's gonna be a little bit more annoying to figure out. Give it a shot, see if I can dig up the hand. Not here. No, I can't find the hand, unfortunately, cheating. Me and my bad memory. This is a few outs, gives us a double gutter. In the end I called because there are some cards I can bluff on as well. Like a 7. Down here we make the current nuts, I believe. Blind versus blind, limp part. Board pairing. It's a problem we'll know in a moment. It's this guy yet again. Is he gonna take 3 in a row from us? He might. Better turns. No joy, huh? No joy. Kings determined to take it down. Good for those kings. Get out pretty quickly here. I think I'll shut it down. On the basis that if people call quickly, they tend to call down on the river. And I think that's exactly what would have happened here. Seeing he's short, I don't mind coming in for the race. Acceptable. Pretty multi-way, huh? Do I want to call? Give this guy a chance to call? Maybe not. I mean, if he calls anyway, then that's fine too. He's thinking about it. Oh, I like where this is going. Ooh. Big pot. Let's take it down. $80 pot. 50% ahead currently. 55. 100% scooping it 4 ways. Shazam indeed. Woo. That's pretty good. I think I need a cigarette. No, I'm kidding. That's sexy. Wasn't that sexy? No way in hell are we folding here at any point now. Arknecker, a lot of masters in political science around, huh? Wow. Cool. So, that was a good pot. Right on. Here, sadly, the answer is no. It's just a kind of table where I very heavily incentivized of playing many hands, but it's taking a notch too far. You made 2k profit from that home game there. The key is to play low ball. All right. Oh, 2k in 1 week. Now that's puts that nicely in perspective. Awesome, man. Keep it up. Two pair and a flush draw, that seems strong enough. Yeah, we're not going for 3 streets here with the... Well, we have the third nuts, right? Okay. Do we or don't we? We don't. Maybe a fold if we get raised. Yet again. That guy only had queens. Yeah, I was completely weirded out by that dude. And he's marked as an action player. Somebody like this mark is for people that straddle. So action junkies, and I guess he wanted action. That was very optimistic, I agree. Man, that would have been devastating. Imagine him hitting that queen for the scoop. Ugh. Doesn't bear thinking about it. It's the easiest degree to buy. Fair enough. You know what? We checked this hand out earlier. It shouldn't be raised. At least we checked out a similar one, so the story here is the same. And this time around we do flop kinda nice. But still, my point stands. That I should have learned from having looked at one up earlier. It's a short stack and the bet is fine. That's a whole lot of queens. Against the button, this is gonna be a raise fold. Most kings are. So I'm c-betting, you know, not a secret by now, but my entire range. As the 3-bet on an ace-high board. And he does come over the top. So... with the money behind, if he was all in, recall. Touching on a comment from Argneka earlier. Because this time we're reasonably sure he doesn't have aces. But with the money behind, nothing else of relevance here, let it go. Having invested relatively little into the pot. And I shouldn't have rabbit hunted. Nah, it doesn't change anything about the decision, which I think is the correct one to let be. Basically on the flush draw, kings of hitting a king, of course, gonna be good, always, almost always as well. Der Alte, thanks for hanging out with us once again and for modding it up. I am still waiting on another PLO 20 table, but so far no one has joined. Speaking of course about run at once. Yeah, I agree that PLO 200 online is probably quite a tough game. Big pot? Oh no, this guy's almost all in, alright. Backs against 2 pair there. Wheel! Good to see you here. Thank you very much for the good luck, sir. Good to have you back, Wheel. Hope the week is starting off nicely for you, as far as Mondays can be a nice day. And since I was asked earlier about what things to study, it's also squeezing ranges, because this used to be an auto squeeze for me, and it's really not, as far as I know now. The deuce really hurts it. Down here, I mean, sorry, yeah, same is true. Just gonna call. Crap! Misclicked over here. Of course I didn't mean to wait, and I folded to min bet, I guess. At this point we're basically hoping for the king. Well, that went well. Let's hope they're not going crazy now. And here we flop a pair. Here I really didn't mean to be in the hand. Keep an eye on this. Okay, okay, not much lost there. Unless, you know, it's gonna go pot, repot. No! Okay, we'll never know. We just assume he has quads. And over here, let it go on a flush turn. What's with the damn min betting? I don't know. Ain't having it. Just out of principle. I don't know, should I call? It's 125 more. I don't know, man. Make up your mind. It's 125 more. Why am I getting agitated? Must be the caffeine. You fought, really? Okay, cool. On the fun table, you have aces. Yeah, as far as flops go, slightly suboptimal. Hey, like where this is going, however. Alright. Take it down with the full house. In a limped pot. I guess, you know what, we have the days. Oh, three ways. Three ways. Important information. Didn't see you there. Must be the hairdo. Alright. Ooh. Been a while since we had aces on RIO. Smart. Alright. Cool. Monday is fine for me. My weekend started today. Well, then Monday is a blessing. Good to hear, man. Cool. Again with the small sizings. I don't know. This time I'm only raising on the basis of him having folded last time. Okay, there you go. Cleaned out the slot at the Chinese takeaway. It was a small live home game for 120 euros. Nice, Wheel. Very nice. Congrats. Although it sounds like the slot machine might be a leak long term. You know, not probably for me to judge. Very nice. Congrats. You know what? This strikes me as a little bit too weak to be raising in the first place. Just because it is. I think we're breaking even now for the day. Yeah, looks like it. I'm getting closer to another fish buffet spin. Another chance to take down the minimum price, but not tonight. Won't get there tonight. Speaking of tonight, not tired, but I have the feeling that my A game is slowly leaving me. We'll see, I'll play it by ear as to when to call it a night. What's happening? Nah. That looks a bit better. Are we asleep here? Yeah. Yeah, rightly so, didn't get many hands. Didn't get many hands at all in the last couple of minutes. Big pot happening down here. Anything of relevance? Not really. I raised this tiny bet against fun players on the river. They felt like 90%. Yeah, that fits my observation as well. Mr. Victor raising it up from the middle position. Alright, let's flop a queen. Also, welcome back, Heat. Didn't see the name there for a moment. Good to see you. Ace is on the fun table. I was gonna say I would have been inclined to just call these for a change, though it's more of a button type of thing. But seeing that he's short, we might get into a favorable spot here where we have a bunch of callers and him coming over the top. Far so good. No. But an above average flop, I'd say. Nice to have the flush draw, nice to have the gutter blockers. And in an ideal world, he now puts it in. Make me very, very happy. Oh, okay. Okay. Speaking of things that are making me happy. Raise part which had been checked around so far. Do you know how that goes? You take it down on the other table. If you have us, you have us, sir. There's one hand and one hand only that beats us. Don't have it. Have it. Nice! 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 Got the rest of the stack. Share 7. We're sitting on a big one now. Whew! No hesitation there pulling the trigger on that call, huh? Ooh, that was good. No Limit felt boring since I started to play PLO cash. Yeah, it does. But on the other hand, playing PLO in a home game has to be a hassle if you don't have a dedicated dealer. I wouldn't even know where to start. I honestly, in an offline and a live game, I couldn't even calculate what the what pot would be. Not like how much would be the pot, but how much the pot bet would be. I have transistors doing that for me. Not people in that case, but silicon. Yeah, so as much as I would love to play PLO live in a home game, that just seems like a lot of hassle. Man, that was good. Subsequently sitting on a 4 buy and stack down here now. $106 in front of us. Cheers. Yeah, but I can totally understand Wheel. Playing No Limit. It's boring, and in the beginning, especially once you played a lot of PLO, I feel strangely out of place. It's refreshing too, getting in the money in as, you know, 80-90% favorite is a thing of beauty. After you've been through the ringer a little bit in PLO. Wait, what table am I showing? That one. Anything happening there? No. Let's go with this one then. A little bit is fun, but only in tournaments. Yeah, that's a good point too. We are raising it up twice. We raise it up here, which is apparently fine. Like a check. Gonna do the same over here. It's fine. Check that out in a moment. Okay. So over here I need to let it go. Bet on the ace of spades. We did have neither aces nor spades. I don't know, man. This might well be a case of overplaying my hand a little bit. Unless we get folds, then it's a genius play. Alright, what are we up against? Don't be a set. There, we have both the backdoor flush draws. Let's run it 3 times for a change. How about it, sir? No? Okay. We still got 40%. Giving us a flush draw. No! That borders on treason. So he called a 3-bet with the king 9. So, yeah, feel free to rip me a new one for the flop play. I think it's a little bit strong for this hand. But let's check out the pre-flop stuff. So, pre-flop, we were in the small blind, I believe, versus a late position razor. Squeeze cutoff, let's go with that. We're actually good here. Like we are, right? Right. And we had the king queen 10-10, I believe. Double suited. The raise is perfectly fine. With the king-queen specifically, our hand specifically, the solver would advise a raise-fold strategy, a king-jack, queen-jack. And similar hands get raise-called, and some of them get raise-raised. Ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack, 9-8 down to 7. Alright. And a Chi-Ching Shazam. Cheers. Most of them are noobs, they don't even know the game. Well, then it's at least pretty profitable. Those are the circumstances. Hey, that might be profitable too, depending on the circumstances. Opening a straight flush draw here. Actually bet this. Just casually make the straight flush. No, not yet. Alright. Down here with the aces, bettered once on the flop, got called, turn got checked through, and no matter what I'm calling down, Might actually bet. Yeah, I think betting is fine. If he shows up with either the 10 or the 5, I will be flabbergasted. It is more of a tournament game, yeah. PLO is maybe not the ideal tournament game, but man, the tournaments are soft, more than making up for that fact. I think this one we can call. And we flop. What do we flop? We flop a double gutter. All the straights would be to the nuts. We have to backdoor flush draw. Let's see a turn. Kind of tricky because you block your 2 pair outs, but the board is dry. Appreciate it. Thanks for the feedback, Heat. Hey, it's nice. Gonna be a lead, I believe. Actually, no. In the meanwhile, we have squeezable aces here, and no mistake. It does oblige. That's the aces. I was gonna say take it down, but apparently we're all in against a shorty. Who wants to run at once? Alright. This guy cold calls now. Curious. Vision Razor folds. That's not great. Let's see what to do there in a moment. Let's watch the end game here. 75% for us. Make that 100. So we'll check. I'm never folding here, not with the flush draw on top. Not blocking 2 pair outs. Ugh, really? That's how we're gonna play this, Mr. Dealer? Alright. Oh, I think we're good. You. Wait, we are, you're right. Down here. Anyone's guess if we are. We don't have any diamonds, that part is nice. The bet sizing does look a lot like value though. Alright, you got us. Ah, that'll work. Check twice, so... Check it twice, I think it's fine. From the button, we got raised and flopped a set. That's large. We're just gonna get it in. And here I'm now happily checking behind, I believe. Yeah, we're good until then. Get the call. That's 6. Be a problem all that often. Ah, tell a lie. Hit the queen, 5-8. Okay, yeah, that unfortunately makes a lot of sense. Run it twice, fine sir, maybe. No? Okay. You'll see how I like it. I'll tell you in a moment. I like it! Turns out I like it. There should be a you should run it twice emote. Nah, I wouldn't use it. Not my style. But still. He should run it twice. Against what's happening? The button? Alright. That'll be a raise call. more aces for us to enjoy over here. Right, we squeezed and have top and bottom. I think we're gonna bet normal amount. Here we take it down. We have a bunch of spots suddenly. We get a call. Giving us the nut flush draw on top. Money's gonna go in here, as long as there are cards to come. Yeah, he feels the same way. You have it? Yeah, you do. Kind of unfortunate. A lot of help here. Yeah, folded once he came over the top. Fair enough, my friend. For a full buy-in, unfortunately. Here, a bit nicer, giving us a set. Alright, what's happening? Oof. Really? Nasty, nasty. We're doing fine. 5%? 55? Come on. Wait, we're splitting it? Okay, yeah. Makes sense. It's unfortunate, but it makes sense. Not having it with the min raises. Alright. That kind of min raise, huh? Alright, I'm ready, my friend. I'm ready against your aces. Please don't have diamonds on top. Not even that. Twice. Yeah, even though it cuts down, we won't get the quad bonus. Should we make quads, but still. Down with that. That'd be the first one for us. Do it! Nice! Getting a buy-in back. Pretty delightful. And an additional PLO 20 table on RIO opens up. I'm not going to make room on it for it on the screen just yet, because it's only three-handed and they tend to break often enough. But I'll move it over should something interesting occur there. Being up against the kings there with the jacks kind of stung. Gonna lie. We have pretty crappy kings down here, but we were closing the action. We have a suit. Turns out that suit brings us the nut flush draw. Original razor checks. Some future straight blockers too. There's that straight blocker. Give him a little bit more money behind and I start leading here. The stack size is a little bit awkward for that, I feel. check, however. Nice. Over here. We turn a wrap. He's a sizable bet, but I'm still gonna call. You know, unless he goes bonkers. I think this has a decentish chance of succeeding here. There were no flush draws. We blocked the only draw that, you know, legitimately was there and didn't miss, incidentally, but we also show up with a 7 here. To add to that, he shows up with a 7 here as well. Wait, this one? Sounds like you found a very nice place to pile up retirement money. Yeah, second Ching. I wish you a lot of success there as well. 3 ways, what's happening? Check. Like that additional PLO 20 table is filling up rapidly. And brings us to a nice little spot there as well. Top set. Ah, okay, I don't need to make room apparently because this table just broke. Not sure what's happening. Get down. What? Oh, you call? Yeah, that'd be interesting. That? Okay, that makes sense. So he 3-bet a button open with the Ace King Jack 4 single suited. That's interesting. Just noteworthy if you ask me. Bring some extra cash to pay a few rounds once they run dry. Probably sound advice right there as well. And you could deduct that as a business expense from your taxes too. I'm not even sure if I'm kidding. Huh. Okay, okay. In that case. Man, now I'd love to have a low double suited rundown. I have bad news for you, my friend. One king is out, but you have 2 live flush draws. Ooh. Putting him slightly ahead, giving him a gutter. 1 out to a king. Also, that's interesting to know. I was wondering about that. If we don't show the cards, it assumes 2 kings are still alive. We did have one, right? You're right. And now he's in rough shape. Good game indeed, man. Oh, never mind. I guess he wasn't serious about that. Good game. Oh wait, let's actually watch this. Why not? No, flops the set. Giving him a flush draw and a gutter as well. On the RIO table that I briefly showed, we got a walk. Took down the blind. They're putting it in here. Turn, he had a pair of jacks and a low flush draw, really? I'm not against it, it's just optimistic. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't notice what I was doing. Now closing the action. Okay. Well, I guess we have the backdoor straight flush going for us. Love to see a bunch of checks. Yeah. Yeah, if he starts betting now, what I should do, yeah. I mean, as in, I'm not sure if I can ever call. Oh, now he starts to straddle. I like it. I think this gentleman might have reached the end of his rope. With the kings, no joy, just letting it be. These are a good deal nicer and on the button to boot. Again, need to be folded. Sorry here. Let it go. And I believe another 10-15 minutes at most. Then I'm gonna call it a night. Definitely feel my A-game slipping a little bit. Over here, what turns out to be Queen, Jack, Jack 4, alright. Turns out to be a pretty active player. Have King High flush draw. This time I want to see a turn. It's a curious one to see. Can you fold? Are we gonna get snapped off? Pretty much snapped off. By the wheel, huh? Alright, so I think it's safe to say to mark that guy in blue at least. Seems to be very active. I have a feeling I know how I got to have it such a large stack. Oh! That bodes well. Well, at least for the pre-flop part. Pretty rare side on the whole. Seeing a 3-bet on natural 8. There's a different dynamic at play between most of the players. And I don't see as many 3-bets as I do on other sides. Alrighty. Let's do it. As flops go, we've seen worse. We're playing for a sizable side pot. We're up against... We're doing well, I'd say. 2%, he has 20. About him, we don't care that much. Good card for him. Wait, you're winning, but you are not taking anything down, right? We get the $35 side pot. Shazam! Blind versus blind. I limped, he raised, I called. Since then, no money has gone in. I think I'll call down here. With the 10. He does have it though. Without the 10, I would have folded. Ah, now it's straddle galore. This time, this guy going for it as well. Let's get ahead, why not? Yeah, doesn't quite qualify. Yeah, not gonna play that one. 7s and 6s, fine call on the button. This guy giving us the business. I deliberately only limped. Get back to that. Yeah, okay. Top pair, we're gonna call. Some help for tiny pot. Let's run it twice if you want. Decent card for us. Oop. Here! Nice run out in the end, I'd say. They're getting it in. Is the ace king 4 deuce double suited? Eh, I guess. Occurs to me that this might not be the table to raise a hand like this. It's gonna be a raise fold anyway, but having this guy on the button to our left would mean we need to cut down a little bit on our raises. Here, you have a hand. Icy1, have an excellent night. Thank you for checking in, man, and for sticking around for quite a while there. Why are you ahead? Oh, because you have 2 pair. Alright. And he wins the tiny pot. Hey, we get 6 cents. Oh. will actually limp this. I really don't want to raise it. Okay. Wheel, Saxy going to quit. Yeah, I feel my I'm starting not to play my best game possible anymore. Wow. Be good. Maybe I'll play a little bit longer, I'll see. And that is a relief. We now pulled ahead of, you know, everything else. Except for pocket aces, naturally. Let's not go overboard with the sizing. I would love to see a call. Don't see a call, but we take the pot down. That's kind of nice. That's nice of you to say, though, Wheel, that you would prefer me to stay on longer. Ooh, the top set, you say? Yes, please, I say. Size it in a way that if he comes over the top, the action is going to be reopened. And against the very same dude, we're sitting here. We have aces here, and even though they're crappy, against him I'm going to raise it. And here we take it down. Not the best, not the worst flop. Start off with a check. And incidentally, he bets. That's curious. I'm going to take one off. He's just pure gambling now. Alright, need to let it be. Looks like all the fun players got busted here and he's not rebuying anymore. He is certainly a fun player left. Does Omaha no limit? Yes, it does, but it's not a good game because it tends to be nut peddling, basically, and then you go all in. Or so I've heard. I've never played it, but that's an opinion I have heard repeatedly. That it doesn't. Wait, why am I waiting to be dealt in there? That it apparently doesn't make a great game. Here we raised blind versus blind, flop top 2 against somebody who's a little bit short. The money, and we do flop top 2, right? Right. 64% ahead. Straddle 2 all in, the best button in poker, agreed. And I've seen people do it for full stack too. Smart to quit, no offense. Yeah, well, I was just going within myself and figured that I actually am gonna quit. Shaded. And should you guys ever witness that, you know, I'm playing weirder than normal, I'm not self-aware enough to figure that I should be quitting, do tell me. It saved me a pretty penny in the past. I'm gonna wait until the big blind comes around here. I do want to play another orbit against this guy. And then we're gonna call it a night. Ooh, hang on, the straddler got back. Maybe we want to stick around for a few hands more then. This gentleman decides to give it another shot. Hey, would you look at that? You had a hand. Oh, I couldn't abort PLO. Taking the 3 too. Yep. It's all yours, my friend. Okay, let's just call. Got aces down here. On the table where we're super deep, but not effectively. Everybody is short. Again, same story as before. Been raising. So if he calls, we open the action. And here, no joy. Bit ahead. I do the king and ace. That's not it. Is it the same guy? It is the same guy. Yeah, still. One way or another, straddle or no straddler. Another 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Do you get the straddle options after you got your hands all... Nah. You must have seen incorrectly. Unless I really didn't notice so far, but I don't think it is. That's the case. No, it's before. Heat confirms. Straddler has a hand. Fair enough. And would you look at that? He makes a straight and pays a shit ton in insurance. Should you ever play on this platform, never ever take the insurance. It is horrendously expensive. On Rio, I think we do want to see bet here. First of all, we haven't played a hand in quite a while. As in, you know, as far as our image is concerned on this table, I mean. But also there really shouldn't be really many fours around. The pure flush draw is not gonna call that often. An ace with a flush draw might, but... This guy is leaving. They get it in once more. Aces against aces, huh? And they split it up. Oh, against a short stack, never mind. Suits me fine, sir. Hey, we have got it to the royal. Against the straddle, I'm gonna call the flop at the very least. At some point in time. Like this is gonna take a while. And I'm gonna keep an eye on the clock. That'll work too. So it looks like roughly on natural aid we're up $130. Not messing up my math. And which means we're breaking even for the day basically. If not a few euros down, like 5, 6, 7 euros down as of right now. I'm actually gonna limp here. The rarely seen limp in a non-splash pot. Down here, queens and fours, and we get raised. Really? Okay. Here we turn interesting. Wait. Okay, let's fold this, because I don't have time for it. Here we get raised? Really? Okay. Here, I decided to bet now after the turn flop went check check. And lost a small one. I lost like $6 on in a hand where I couldn't show you, where I had a, I guess a short stack. I flopped the middle set, this guy had the top set. We got it in. For a $12 pot. So I guess between the last 3 hands we're breaking even. Between those. Five more minutes. Then that'll be it. Down here, blind versus blind. Flop, we're just gonna get it in here. This stack size. Top pair, got our backdoor flush draw. Sometimes we get a full 2, which would be sweet. No. What are we up against then? 2 pair, which we are ahead of. I don't care. Let's run it 3 times if you want. Just for the heck of it. Once is fine too. Yeah, it's a pretty decent card for us. Gives us a whole bunch of outs. We're ahead more now than we were on the flop. And take it down. Wait. Richie Rob is on. Yeah, let's raid Richie Rob in a couple of minutes. Matter of fact, let's make this the last orbit once we are in the big blind here. Nothing happening right now. Well, we got a sort of a hand here. Alright. Not gonna go mental if somebody 3-bets or anything, but let's play it, why not? German 3-bets. Sure. Of course, it's money down the drain. Should this guy now come over the top yet again, which he might. You know what? This guy might. I didn't see his stack size there. Should have disincentivized me from calling. So we flopped the wrap. Backdoor flush draw. Might actually go mental. As in, not sure how much folding we can do. That's excellent, sir. Get to check. Now, if he puts his $8 in, we're gonna have to call. Yeah, especially now. And we're flipping, basically. Equity-wise, he's ahead. Right now, we are ahead, given our exact cards. Let's run it twice. Sounds good to me. First one looks good. Oh, that's a nasty way. Alright, we split it up. Make some profit there. Richie Rob plays... That's a good question, Wheel. I should have said that. Richie Rob plays no delay, no limit tournaments. And this rather Richie Rob is rather entertaining. He and his channel are a good bloke, that Richie Rob. Right, a good point. I'll try to make a point of mentioning that in the future. One more hand here, I believe, and a few more hands over here. Where it takes another open for the blinds to come around. Check deuce. If we keep it to a raise fold, which this time we definitely will. Get raised here. Yep. So a bit of an unfortunate day on Rio where we ran into a few coolers. We were running into quads. All in all, I'm rather content with how things went, how I played. Yeah. I think on the whole things went alright. Few more hands here, and this guy is fun to have on our table. A7 for deuce. I guess if it gets folded around to us... Okay, that solves that. Even then, let's check it out. Might as well have some educational content for the last minute. We're the cutoff, assuming it gets folded around to us. What do we do? 7 for deuce. I think at the cutoff... I'd lean towards it's a raise. Let's see. So close. The 4-3 is a raise, and the cutoff, the 4 deuce, is a straight up fold. I imagine on the button. This as I suspected for the cutoff. And would be a743 would be a raise call, by the way, in the cutoff. Yeah. And on the button, this hand gets played and gets played as a raise call. Aces take down a nice little pot. 2 more hands, it looks like to me. No, never mind. Since all of these guys have been sitting out, that's it. Alright, let's put the credits up. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the follows. I appreciate you being here and spending some time with me. On the whole, we are down like $10 or something for the day. I'll take it. Yep, that's fine. So, let's head over to Richie Ralph's place, who plays No Delay, No Limit Tournaments. Teaching, thank you very much. Turns out I can't be a huge potato and will work a little on my costume tonight. You keep yourself busy, I'll say that. Why for that? So, thanks for watching, everybody. Seeing you work hard inspired me to get a grip. You feel I'm working hard? I'll take it. I'm not even going to ask any follow-up questions or have any follow-up comments. I'll just take it at face value. Cheers. Thanks. Yeah, and thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back tomorrow, but tomorrow there will only be a nightly stream. It's Community College Week, as in I'm teaching an English course tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, so I should be back at 9:30 Central European Summer Time. I will post my schedule for the week on Twitter and on Discord tomorrow. Yeah, that's all I got. All I can bore you with while there's no poker action happening. Until then, hope you have a good one. Thank you, teaching. See you later. See all of you later if you choose to. Cheers.